A warm welcome to one and all to JAXCRICTV, and we are back with a brand new episode for JAXCRIC News. And before we get more into details, I would like to thank our sponsors for this video, Hallmark Group, providing you 20 years of service excellence with passion. It's a combination of 13 different companies which provide you 4 services like product development, e-commerce, consulting, and IT staffing. And they do have 6 products, 1500 plus workforce, and more than 60 million plus revenue. And if you are looking for any of those services, please go into the description section and get their details. Our next sponsor is Telugu Association of North America. TANA addresses social, cultural, and educational needs of North American Telugu community in particular, and Telugu people in general. And if you want to join the cause, please go to their website and click on Donate Now, or if you want to volunteer, you can click on Volunteer button. All the details will be provided in the description section. Our next sponsor is Sanjeev Tegulla, who's a realtor. So if you are looking to buy or sell your home, just call Sanjeev Tegulla today for all your real estate needs, buying, selling, or even just looking for a new home. And Sanjeev will also be giving $300 to the winning team of this tournament. So without much ado, let's move on to our weekend update, and to know more about what happened in this week, let's go to our cricket expert, Miss Abby.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the weekend update. It's a very, very good week. You'll see why in a couple minutes when I talk about the game I went to. Anyway, I wanted to thank y'all for wishing me a happy birthday. It was lovely, absolutely lovely. I did go to work, it was pretty fun. My students were great, my coworkers were great, my boss was great, y'all were great. It made my heart melt seeing all the messages on Facebook, so I appreciate it, you guys. It made me feel all nice, warm, and fuzzy. And so we're going to start over at Gennevar Park on last Saturday just to catch everybody up. First game on Saturday were the Wolves versus the Mavericks. The Mavericks won the toss and they elected to bowl. So the Wolves scored 106 runs with a loss of 6 wickets in 20 overs. The Mavericks chased, scoring 107 runs with a loss of 4 wickets in 14.2 overs. The Mavericks won by 6 wickets, and the man of the match there was Abdul Rafe.
Man of the match for this match is Rafe. 4 overs, 13 runs, and he took 3 wickets. And also did an excellent, took a couple of excellent catches. Fielding was good. So congratulations to you.
Thank you so much.
Yay!
Okay, now we're going over to San Jose. I guess there wasn't a second match at Gennevar on Saturday. Someone give Mayor a couple seconds here. Play some good music for them, okay? Give them a little something to listen to. Okay. So now here we are at San Jose. It was the Oceans 11 versus the Juggernauts. Oceans 11 won the toss and they elected to bat. They scored 113 runs with a loss of 10 wickets in 19.3 overs. The Juggernauts chased, scoring 114 runs with a loss of 5 wickets in 18.4 overs. The Juggernauts won by 5 wickets, and the man of the match there was Ram Subramanian.
And Juggernauts, both are the top 2 teams in their group, and they are trying to stabilize their position. It's a very good match. Oceans 11 won the toss, and they decided to bat first. And they started off nicely. They scored 69 runs in first 10 overs, but losing I think a couple of wickets. And then bowling came back good for Juggernauts, and in the end it was 113 all out for Oceans 11. Good bowling and equal thing at after the first half. Second half, Juggernaut started and they were pretty slow. I think they lost 5 wickets in the first 10 overs for 38 runs. They lost 5 wickets. And then Ram and Saminathan both played sensibly. And they took the team, they chased the target and they got the 114 in 19.3 overs.
Excellent!
I mean, both deserve the man of the match, but we decided we are going to give this to Ram for his achievement.
Couple of words for the team, for the sponsor. How you felt? For fans and copy on the
long time I'm scoring actually more than 10 runs. After a long time I'm scoring more than 10 runs, and it came in the winning cause for the team. I think that gives me more happiness than anything else. And today is my daughter's birthday. So once saved, I can go tell her that we won the match. Thank you guys.
So that's why you played, right?
Our next match were the Blues versus the Vikings 11. The Blues won the toss and they elected to bat. They scored 104 runs with a loss of 10 wickets in 17.1 overs. The Vikings 11 scored 23 runs with a loss of 10 wickets in 9.4 overs. The Blues won by 81 runs, and the man of the match there was Jagadish Tirumalasetti.
Blues started the game and Jagadish hit a lot of sixes. He scored 15 balls, 43 runs. And he also
Go Blues!
Here we go. By now I'm sure Mayor has done his little Google Map thing, which he worked very hard on, by the way, and we're over at Atlantic Coast. And we're still on Saturday, so let's keep it moving. So we have the Chargers versus the Phoenix Force. The Chargers won the toss and they elected to bat. They scored 140 runs with a loss of 6 wickets in 20 overs. The Phoenix Force scored 100 runs with a loss of 8 wickets in 20 overs. Chargers won by 40 runs, and the man of the match there was Sharat Narumanchi. Our last Saturday match were the Raiders versus Southside. Raiders won the toss and they elected to bat. They scored 102 runs with a loss of 10 wickets in 19.3 overs. The Southside scored 98 runs with a loss of 9 wickets in 20 overs. Raiders won by 4 runs, and the man of the match there was Prasad Kuri. Woohoo! It's Sunday, my favorite game day from this past weekend. We're going to start over back at Atlantic Coast, and the first match there were the Wolves versus the Jaguars. The Wolves won the toss and they elected to bat. They scored 161 runs with a loss of 6 wickets in 20 overs. Jaguars scored 143 runs with a loss of 7 wickets in 20 overs. Wolves won by 18 runs, and the man of the match there, Banaraj Singh Thakur.
And Jaguars, it was a high-scoring game. Wolves scored 161 and defended the target. Man of the match is One Raj for scoring 50 and taking 1 wicket.
Next match were the 22 versus the Outsiders 11. The Outsiders 11 won the toss and they elected to bowl. 22 scored 125 runs with a loss of 7 wickets in 20 overs. The Outsiders 11 scored 112 runs with a loss of 10 wickets in 19.3 overs. 22 won by 13 runs, and the man of the match there was Surya Paila. Hey guys, we're going over to Gennevar Park. I actually went in person to see this one. The weather was beautiful, and it was the Jaguars versus the Florida Jets. The Florida Jets won the toss and they elected to bowl. So the Jaguars scored 155 runs with a loss of 6 wickets in 20 overs, and the Florida Jets scored 68 runs with a loss of 10 wickets in 14.4 overs. The Jaguars won by 87 runs, and the man of the match was Mayor Prataporo.
Shot it! Bat uta!
Okay, so match between Florida Jets and Jaguars. Jaguars won by 88 runs. Man of the match. Mayor. Minus 90. How much? Minus 87 runs.
Finally. 88 runs and 88 runs
I
win.
want to say one thing, I want to thank all my teammates, and this is our last game, and this was a must-win match for us to be in Division A. So kudos to everyone who chipped in.
Go Jaguars! Go Jaguars!
Next, we have the Men in Blue versus the Phoenix Force. Men in Blue won the toss and they elected to bat. They scored 127 runs with a loss of 10 wickets in 19 overs. The Phoenix Force scored 69 runs with a loss of 9 wickets in 15.3 overs. The Men in Blue won by 58 runs, and the man of the match there was Parth Patel.
Yeah, very nice game against Phoenix Force. We did first batting, 127 runs, and Phoenix Force all out in 69 runs in 15 overs. Hardik, we did 33 runs, and Parth, we did 10 runs, but best bowling performance, 4 overs, 2 maiden, 4 runs and 4 wickets. So Madam Brown has close to and 1 catch. 1 catch, 1 wicket. So congratulations. 4 wickets now. Perfect.
We're getting to our last 2 games. We're heading over to San Jose. We there? I'm guessing we're there. Okay, first game we had the Florida Panthers versus the Jack Super Kings. Florida Panthers won the toss and they elected to bat. They scored 97 runs with a loss of 10 wickets in 16.5 overs. The Jack Super Kings scored 63 runs with a loss of 10 wickets and 16.5 overs. The Florida Panthers won by 34 runs, and the man of the match there was Raja Kakitapalli.
Good match between Florida Panthers and Jack Super Kings. Florida Panthers batted first and scored 97 runs. In reply, the Super Kings came short by 24 runs and ended up overall out by 463. So man of the match goes to Raja. Scored 3 wickets and 6 runs only in 1 maiden over.
Thank you guys. It was a great team effort by everyone. Good all-round show, guys. Yeah, good job. Great job. Yeah.
Lovely.
Last match were the Vikings 11 versus the Katans. The Vikings 11 won the toss and they elected to bat. They scored 57 runs with a loss of 10 wickets and 15 overs. The Katans chased, scoring 58 runs with a loss of 1 wicket in 5.4 overs. The Katans won by 9 wickets, and the man of the match there was Rajkumar Cheladurai.
Game between Vikings 11 and Katans. Vikings won the toss and elected to bat first. They scored 57 in 15 overs. Rajkumar took 6 wickets to restrict them to 57, and in response Katans scored 58 for 1, and Ram scored 21, Bharani scored 27.
Awesome, Raj. What?
Man of the match is Raj.
Awesome.
Thank you, Abhi, for that awesome information. Now let's move on to some weekly stats. So on our weekly leaderboard, Mayur Pratapuram is leading the way with 87 runs, followed by Neeram Valeria and Vanaraj Singh Thakur. In bowling, Rajkumar Chaladurai is leading the way with 6 wickets, followed by Akhil Nair and Parth Patel. So in overall rankings, Mayur Pratapuram is leading the way by 361 points, followed by Parth Patel and Jagdish Tirumalasetti. Moving on to overall rankings, in batting, Binil VS is leading the way with 196 runs, followed by Saminathan Muralidharan at 157, Sandeep Prasad at 156, Rajendra Munde at 135 and Venkat Alla at 133. That's why Binil VS is the orange cap winner for the month of February. In bowling, Rajkumar Cheladurai is leading the way with 18 wickets, followed by Pankaj Oja at 13, Sri Adiga at 13, Rajesh Dampetti at 12 and Sai Kiran Dandukari at 12. And the purple cap for the month of February goes to Rajkumar Cheladurai for his 18 wickets. In fielding, Ramkishore Chakrapani is leading the way with 22 points, followed by Sri Adiga, Vijay Reddy Gangam, Balagovi, Jagdish Tirumalasetti, Vikram Yellandu, Bhargav Srirangam, Ravi Teja K and Sampath Guram. Now taking a look at stats for most valuable player, Rajendra Munde is leading the way with 912 points, followed by Bharanidharan Lakshmikantan, Binil VS, Saminathan Muralidharan and Rajkumar Cheladurai. Now let's move on to the points table. Florida Panthers sitting at the top with 10 points, followed by 22 at 8 points, Jack Super Kings at 6 points, Outsiders 11 at 6 points, Jacks Boys at 2 and Strikers at 0. In Group B, Katans sitting at the top at 10 points, followed by Blues at 6, Chargers at 6, Men in Blue at 4, Vikings 11 at 2 and Phoenix Force at 0. In Group C, Outsiders and Chillers are into the quarterfinals with 9 points each, followed by Jaguars at 8, Southside at 4, Raiders at 4 and Florida Jets at 0. In Group D, Juggernauts are at the top with 10 points, followed by Oceans 11 at 8, Mavericks at 6, Hawks at 6, Wolves at 4 and JAXCRICTV at 0. Now let's take a look at games for this upcoming weekend. On Saturday, we have Vikings 11 versus Chargers, Men in Blue versus Blues, Southside versus Chillers, Outsiders versus Wolves, Florida Jets versus Raiders, and Outsiders 11 versus Jack Super Kings. On Sunday, we just have 2 games, which is Oceans 11 versus Mavericks and 22 versus Blues.
Guys, this is a pretty monumental cricket weekend update. So this is gonna be our last one from our apartment. We're moving, we're getting out of here. We're leaving Dodge. We're not leaving Jacksonville, but we are leaving our apartment. And we started packing a little bit early, so that way that's gonna help a little bit. I would tell you that if you're ever moving, try to pack before you're supposed to be out, like at least a good week or 2 ahead. That will save you time, give you time to throw stuff out if you don't need it anymore. Just make a plan. Because unfortunately, I put some tape in a box that we already moved, and now we need that tape, and we're not gonna get that tape. So now we're having to be creative. So just make a plan, stick to it, and just don't try to avoid moving. It's kind of a pain in the butt. Anyway, wish us luck. We will be back eventually, and we will be coming from a new spot. So best of luck this weekend with the weather, and Have fun. Be safe.